Guess who has boosties? It's me. I have boosties. Wizards of the Coast actually sent me a collector's booster box. I did not know they were going to do this. They sent this to me just this past week. It showed up at my door. I did not know it was coming, but I got some, and we're gonna open them. So these are Murders at Karlov Manor collector boosters. We were just talking in my chat about kind of like what are the chase hits from this set, and it sounds like people want Downey, the Leyline, Massacre Girl, Anzrag, and the Lands. And I am honestly struggling to get this open. Come on. There we go. Open! Open! By the way, shout out to the Blind Coyote Art who made this playmat. Gave it to me at the convention I was at in January, ANE. It was lovely to get to see you again. Thank you for the playmat. I like the Lion's Pride because it reminds me of the Lion's Pride Inn from World of Warcraft. I don't have a problem. It just has the best tavern music of all of them. So collector's boosters have big, fancy, shiny cards in them. Lots of rares, sometimes cards from the Commander stuff as well. And I don't actually know how these are seeded with regards to like the special guests and everything else. So I guess we'll see by opening it. It is a very pretty playmat. It's so colorful. Let's start cracking these bad boys open. Murders at Karlov Manor. These are actually the first boosters from this set that I'm opening for myself because I didn't go to a pre-release. All right, let's see. I'm gonna shake out my wrist here because this is serious, important, big work as we just open and sort and see if we can get something nice and tasty. We're gonna spread things out in some Wooburg here. Oh, dramatic accusations. You guys don't need me to tell you what these cards do, right? You've been playing the limited format. The limited format's been a very strange one, though, because we've been playing with set boosters and play boosters, and now, or play boosters, which are kind of like set boosters and draft boosters put together. A nice little foil full art there. Let's make a land pile here. Lands, multicolored. Oh, got ourselves some alternate art here too. Slice from the shadows. That's the uncounterable kill spell. I dropped my murder. Another one of these showcase arts. Am I leaving on the same flight to Chicago? Oh, I'm flying to Chicago tomorrow morning. Treacherous Greed. It's a rare. I don't really like this card though. Like a big sacrifice. I feel like there's a place for it in maybe a Teysa deck, but it feels way too specific. The new Teysa. Last minute, I take as little time off as possible. Yo, I got a Cryptic Coat! Oh, this is sweet. Cryptic Coat is a really cool card. Cloaks a card, can go back into your hand, keep on cloaking. It's like a weird engine for putting cards into play. And if you have a way to flip those cards up, you can kind of cheat them in. I like Cryptic Coat. Oh, hey, it's the Colombo Phantom. Final Word Phantom. Just one more thing. This is from the Commander set. Like a Commander pile, I guess. Oh, and a dual land! Hedge Maze! Awesome! This is one of the Surveil lands. It's a forest island. Very Simic. Oh, and, hey, remember how I said feels like it's for Teysa? Here's Teysa. Opulent Oligarch. Kind of fits in with this. Hey, girl. Sorry about you dying. It definitely was a murder at your manor. Art's nice, though. See the X5. Oh, yeah, they're talking about if you put the Surveil lands together, it spells out a string, which seems to refer to Rakdos Cult Mage, which has the Puppet Jace on it. Also got a shiny token. Spider Detective. Yes, girls. Salesa. I got the Colombo card! It's actually a really cool one. During each opponent's end step, you may cast spells as though they had flash, because it's supposed to be like getting the last word in. I really like it. He also has flash here. It's good. So I'm hoping to get a whole bunch of these so I can put them into various decks, especially like a Gitrog deck if I can get the Golgari one. Novice Inspector. New version of an old classic. Fanatical Strength. Cool. Ourselves a Shady Informant. Oh, right. Multicolored goes down there. How many different kill spells? Oh, Case of the Trampled Garden. Which one is this? Oh, this is the +1/+1 counters one. It's neat. Cases are a new enchantment type that I don't really like the way they're presented, but I think other people have had some success with them. I wish they were transforming, but I get why they didn't put any transforming cards in this set, like two-sided cards, because we have the Morph Manifest, or I should say Cloak and Disguise. Oh, alt art Pretty Horsey. Is this the first case art I've opened? Yeah, so there's two different like alt art treatments in this set, which I actually really don't like. You have this one that's kind of like the magnifying glass going around it, and then you have the case files. The case files look all right for cards that are white because they're all white looking. But for colored cards, they look really weird. Wish we had a different token to differentiate Cloak from Disguise. Yeah, me too. Oh, nice! Second dual land. This is a commercial district. Got an extended art Hunted Bone Brute. Not too exciting. Just fine. Mob Verdict. This is a commander card. Oh, it's a voting card. Wilden. Alright, commander cards over here. Fugitive Cardbreaker. A Goblini. Well, like, it's hard to tell that that's a red card. Oh, and the, is it sort of a board wipe? Ill-timed explosion. Another detective. Opter this time. Cool horse. Thanks. I can put it into my unicorns deck. I don't have a unicorns deck. Emil, not quite good enough for unicorns. Oh, some Persona. One day I will. One day they'll print. Is it Lathael's the other unicorn? The life gain unicorn? One day they'll print enough for us to have a full slew. By the way, pick your poison's kind of nice. Why? Because it says each. Each opponent sacrifices an artifact. Each opponent sacrifices an enchantment. Or each opponent sacrifices a creature with flying. I'd say EDH playable, especially on a budget. You want to get a Universes Beyond for Persona? I feel like the franchise is definitely big enough and has some cool monsters. It's got enough, like, visual depth. And, like, it's one of the most stylish series. For anybody who hasn't played a Persona game, they are fine mechanically. They're not doing anything too, like, crazy or innovative. It's kind of like, especially the more recent ones are like, it's a dating sim. And also a JRPG is happening on the side. It's fun. It's like Pokemon kind of stuff. Except also it's like very cool looking. Everything is stylish in those games. It is a dating sim and also you kill God. And you have like so many existential just nonsense anime discussions. They're kind of great. It's like, I feel like I'm failing myself. I can't achieve anything. We're gonna go into your subconscious and make you feel worse. Music is tight. Oh, now we got a Plains. Is Persona a dating sim? It's like 80% dating sim. The dating sim part of the game takes a lot more time if you want to put time into it than the rest of the game. Except for the final boss battle, which genuinely takes an hour in Persona 4. Sharp-Eyed Rookie. I actually like this card a lot. I don't know if it's being put into any decks yet, but I like it for like a combination of scales and just general good stuff. There's also like a couple cards that work really nicely for a green, like a green white artifacts deck, and this kind of hits for it. Sharp-eyed rookie. Oh hey, we got the ley line. People were just telling me that this ley line is currently a bit of a hit in this set because of a modern deck that's using is it Scion of Draco? You just hoping to hit this. It gets you that domain, that devotion, and everything else all at the same time. Nice. Modern rhinos. To me, it's weird that this would go in rhinos. Trouble in Pairs. Oh, Trouble in Pairs is, I think, the most sought after card from the Commander boost. The Commander boxes. They have 4 precons for this set, I believe. And Trouble in Pairs is the card that people are trying to get. This is a good pack for us. Trouble in Pairs, by the way, if an opponent would begin an extra turn, they skip that turn instead. Always happy to see that. Whenever an opponent attacks you with 2 or more creatures, draws their second card each turn, or casts a second spell each turn, you draw a card. Fantastic way of just saying, stop doing stuff. Everybody stop doing stuff. Oh, and we also got an alt art Kylox. Oh, Kylox, you wish you were better. Screaming Lizard Man. Oh, a second one of this case file artwork for a Fugitive Codebreaker. A clue! Oh, it's got the special fancy clue. By the way, so far I don't believe I've gotten any of the ink. I don't know what to call it. The invisible ink treatments. I think I would be able to tell just by like the lighting I have, but I don't actually know. Stop right there, criminal scum. I feel like this is just an upgrade of Mangara. Like, it's not a creature, but it does a lot more. You can feel it. It's very glossy, kind of raised. Okay, Headology. I believe it. Person of interest. Comes with a token. I do like that it's like a guy being chased by a detective. Is that a Skyrim reference? Listen, sometimes you just stop right there, criminal scum. I spend a lot of time on Tumblr, which is always so fun because people will just say, by the 9 divine, as like an exclamation on that website. It's... Everybody on that website is unhinged. I love them, and that's why I will never leave. Oh, we kissing Gorgons? God, I wish that were me. Not getting murdered, but kissing Gorgons. Absolutely. By Talos, this can't be happening. Oh, this is one of the dual cards. You can cast one side or the other. Push or pull. This one's great and limited. Tumblr, you say, is hands down the best worst social media site. I will always have my people there. And that is why I will never leave. This is why I will never leave. I've been there for like, what did I say, since like the mid-2000s? No, it was like 2009. This is just a thrill of possibility with a new name. Slice from the Shadows. Ooh. Hey, Atrata! I built a deck for her. It wasn't very good. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna keep trying to build her. This, you know, this could be a fun way to, like, make a lower-powered crime deck. Because I feel like people would get less mad at Atrata than they do at Ragavan or Xanathar. You do the crime. Ooh, very urgent. This is a way to, like, mass destroy things, but you need stuff in your graveyard for it. It can be tricky. Ransom Note. Oh, I don't know this card. Enters the battlefield, Surveil 1, pay 2, sacrifice it because it's a clue. You can either cloak the top card of your library, go to creature, draw a card. That's kind of fun. Tasha's your crime lord. Tasha's the alternate commander for my Xanathar deck. So if I am playing Xanathar with people who are serious gamers, Xanathar is the face card. If I'm playing with people who are playing precons, Tasha's the commander. Because she's bad. I hate to say it, she's just bad, but that's fine. Alright, so assemble the players. I like this. This goes great in Delny and in Arcades. Lets you play creatures that cost 2 that have power 2 or less from the top of their library, but only once a turn. Lost in Dummies. Stuns loads of creatures. Oh, Arena Tasha. Arena Tasha is a house. Ooh! This is for the Slime Against Humanity. Speaking of which, we have not opened a single Slime Against Humanity. Arena Tasha is like just an absolutely devastating monster of a card. And she absolutely could exist in paper. Like, you could make her exist in paper. Her ultimate ability, you just like reveal. Reasonable doubt. Blue. Counterspell. Horse that has a detective inside her. The sequel to the horsewoman that's actually 2 elves in a trench coat. I do love the flavor text on Loxodon Eavesdropper. He's all ears. Yuck, 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 yuck. Snoop. Inside of you is 1 detective. What about 2 wolves? Very expensive act of treason. This is one of the better disguise cards, at least unlimited, because you can flip it up and bounce stuff. Very rude. Vengeful Trackers. Lion. Shiny. Auspicious. Arrival. A little bit of a combat trick. Was this Aftermath Analyst makes Valakut a valid deck again? Which one's Aftermath Analyst? I already forgot. First to kill. This is a fun multicolored card. Turns things into assassins. The green one that returns lands. Oh! This! You can sacrifice it, return all lands from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped. It's nice that this is on a card that mills. It's not quite enough for me to want to put it in Gitrog, but I do like the design of it. As far as like disguise / morph cards go, this one's super strong, but there's just not enough other stuff to support it. Pyrotechnic Performer, you flip it up for 1 mana and just deals 3 damage to your opponent's face. It's kind of cool. But you're rare, you go up here. No Witnesses, the board wipe of the set. Well, the one like, there's actually a black board wipe too, but this is the white board wipe of the set. It's also 2 mana 3/2. Yeah. So now you go here. You are white. Oh. Marvo Deep Operative, the Octopus Rose. This is another commander card. And it has... Bro, why do you have Clash? Clash is like when you reveal cards from the top of your library. And if yours is more number than your opponent's, then you win. It's like playing war with your deck. It's an octopus with a job. I hate that they don't even say what Clash is on there. I think I just said what Clash is. Oh, nice! We got another dual land! Lush Portico! Oh, sick! This card's nuts and limited. It's also just, like, generally pretty cool. This is one of the ink cards. Look, you can see the invisible ink on it. It's got a sword. Aurelia's Vindicator. Why do you have a flaming sword? Neat. Somebody said you can feel it. Oh yeah, it's raised. Feels kind of like a stamp. Marvo is a 1/8 because only one tentacle has a knife. Oh. Huh. I dropped my Thopter. I drop a Thop. You had a pre-release pack with Aurelian Vindicator in it, so you went Boros for pre-release, right? Right? You good? Good. We're almost halfway through the Collector's Boosties. An Inside Source. I like that one unlimited. Brugart. Warner. One man, two dogs. Bark, bark. Void in a proof. Lead pipe. One of those Clue cards. Somebody told me I have to watch the Clue movie. And by somebody, I mean the collective, everybody in my chat. I've never seen it. I've never seen the Clue movie. I've heard that it's very fun, though. I've played Clue the game as, like, a kid. How have I not seen it? Fiona, you were one of the people telling me that I should. I haven't seen it because we probably did not have it on VHS as a kid. And that's how you saw movies. Or, like, any of my neighbors had it. Oh, nice. Another dual land. Underground mortuary. Connecting the dots. Gotta get that Pepe Sylvia going on. Oh, what's this? Counterpoint. This is another commander card. It is a 5-mana counter spell that lets you cast things from your graveyard. Huh. Ooh, neat! Aurelia! Altar Aurelia, my beloved. I can add her into my Aurelia deck, so now I'll have all 3 Aurelias in my Aurelia deck. Does Knives Out count as a new Clue movie? Sort of. I liked Knives Out. Knives Out 2 is also pretty fun. Another sharp-eyed rookie. Don't like this alternate treatment for it. Fun fact about Knives Out, you can visit both the external and internal locations for the mansion in it. They're in Massachusetts. And it was a very jarring, like, I've been here. When they would show the external shots, it was like, I go walking here with my mom. It's a lovely park. You should go visit. Where's the external place? A bit south of the city. I'm blanking on the name of it right now. You could absolutely Google it. They got parking. Moida. Reduce. Magnifying glass. Is this my first colorless card that wasn't a commander card? Wow, I think it was. More unfamiliar. It's the cat who eat a ham. Lightning Helix! Oh my god, it's Lightning Helix. Schnuffler! There's another colorless card. He snuffles! By the way, I genuinely think that, like, 3 years ago, Magnetic Snuffler would have been a rare. I know this is weird, but I think it would have been a rare. Enters the battlefield, brings an equipment back from your graveyard, equips the equipment. Whenever you sacrifice an artifact, it's +1/+1 counter. I know it's a 5-mana 4/4. I don't care. This kind of ability got printed as rare not that long ago. The Schnuffler. Murder. 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 You have so many murders. Getting buff, fanatical strength. Oh, it's Kellen. Kellen's just kind of like generically a good card. Kind of boring though. I don't know. I feel like for EDH he's cool because like he's destroying artifacts, which is a very good thing to do in EDH. But I just wish Kellen would stop showing up. I don't like Kellen. Drag the canal. Make a detective. Sometimes gain life and surveil and investigate. Neat. What are different piles for? Multicolored rares, single colors rares, rare lands, commander cards, white, blue, black, red, green, basic lands, non-basic lands, multicolored commons and uncommons, colorless commons and uncommons, tokens. I think Thunder Junction will have a Demir Kellen, and then we won't have to see him again. On the trail. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, you may put a land from your hand onto the battlefield tap. Yo! That's a Jolrail card. It's a lot of piles. Makes it easier for me to sort. Ooh, Gadgeteer. We were talking about this card yesterday because I was building an artifact stack. Activated abilities of artifacts you control, such as sacrificing clues, cost 1 less to activate. That's the big thing. Also, when you cast an artifact spell, you investigate. So kind of like Sai, Master Thopterist, who is cast an artifact, get a Thopter. This time you get a clue. A very nice way to fill up your board with artifacts. Oh god, this card is so garbage. I was hoping that it would be better, but like, the fact that you have to have 5 or more unlock counters on it, I thought originally it was like 3 unlock counters. No, 5 or more. It's rough. Very rough. Up, up. Spider, spider. Just a few left. I'm trying to go faster. People were saying on my last collector's booster box opening, Amy, you take too long. Stop showing me cards. Just go right to the hits. I need the dopamine. I can't go that fast. I'm old and tired. I'm full of Basilica Stalkers. As the Vigilante. Ah, everybody's favorite Delph. The Crocodile. Presumed dead. Convenient target. Not cutting up enough cauldrons. The only time I did flip it or rip it was in a moment of desperation and sleeplessness when I was stuck in Portland, Oregon. And it will never happen again. That's not true. It'll probably end up happening again. I still have the footage, by the way, for that saved on my computer. If I am ever desperate for content, I will upload the flip it or rip it. And yes, we did destroy 2 Agatha's Soul Cauldrons. No regrets. I let chat pick which cards we ripped. Was it Masquerade? This is a cool card. Like a way to repeatedly reanimate things. Was it 3? We opened 3, I think. There were 3 cauldrons. 2 got ripped. Yeah, chat hit the rare in like every single pack. We made 4 soul cauldrons out of 2. Yeah, and one of them's in my Helana and Elena deck. Unyielding Gatekeeper. This is one of the better disguise cards, but it's so expensive to use for its disguise. Oh, cool elephant. Elephant. Take the bait. Oh, cast this only during an opponent's turn and only during combat. Prevent combat damage dealt to me and planeswalkers, untap attacking creatures, goad them, have an additional combat. Well, that's funny. Ah, they took the bait. Girl! Hey, we got a massacre girl! Hey. I don't like the case file art that much, but I know other people do. Massacre Girl's real fun. She's also an assassin. She can hang out with a Trotta. Yeah, we can have her and Aurelia just like... They're gonna hang out. Oh, hey, speaking of Aurelia, War Leader's Call. Very shiny War Leader's Call. So, somebody was telling me that this card is seeing play in one of the Boros decks. I wonder if it's the Boros Convoke deck, since that one can go very wide, very fast. Shashwam. I'm really bad at holding tokens. Right? Shout out to the story for this set that did actually have Aurelia holding Massacre Girl on a chain fairly unnecessarily. And Massacre Girl is just like, I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. It is an impact tremor combined with an anthem. It's great. I don't think they're dating. I think Aurelia is just not good at expressing herself. Toxin analysis. Talks the talks, walks the walks. Ooh, diligence? Barrigas scoundrel. Oh, and by the way, if you're wondering, is the homoerotic tension in the story intentional? The answer is yes. Shannon McGuire was on social media being like, yeah, obviously. Do you know who I am? Yeah, but as Shannon McGuire gets more comfortable, I think, with Magic settings, I think that her writing within the Magic universe is getting a lot better. I feel like they kind of hired her on a little quickly with some of the early stories. Ooh, Insidious Roots. This could be a very fun card for various graveyardy decks and tokeny decks. Insidious. All right, I think Shannon McGuire, like, she, if I remember right, she saw art of Rowan and was like, this seems really cool. What is it from? And people were explaining, like, oh, it's Magic the Gathering. She does a lot of, like, comics writing. You'd like it if the angels would express some emotions. So the angels of Ravnica, the Fire Main angels specifically, are very weird. It's an Orzhov card, right? Yeah. The ones that we really have, like, speaking roles from are Feather and Aurelia. Aurelia is a warmonger who is kind of out for blood above anything else. She takes, like, loyalty very seriously and will absolutely start just, like, arresting people to drop a hat. And the other one is Feather, who I would describe as speaks in all caps and lovably autistic. I love Feather. And by the way, Aurelia, I'm pretty sure, is like, Feather is not enough of a warmonger. She can never lead. She can never lead the Boros. Like, then again, like, Feather was punished for being bad at angeling. We don't actually know what she did wrong. We just know that her wings were bound and she was serving with the Wojaks for a long time. Ooh, nice, an Assassin's Trophy. Hide in plain sight. The fun one. Cloaks. Ooh, big eyeball. The weird commander card. This thing's so expensive. 7 mana? Never mind, I ain't even reading it. Oh, cool, World Soul's Rage. This kind of card could go in, the Windgrey stack. X damage to any target, X lands from your hand, and or graveyard into the battlefield tapped. Yay! Crime! It's outrageous robbery! This steals the top cards of your opponent's deck. I should put this into Xanathar. Up, up, up. Why do you do this? Boop. Wait. Oh! It stops on both sides. Up, 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 up. It took so long for Feather to even get a card. She's in the original Ravnica novels, which I can recommend the first one. It's very fun. It's like a murder mystery whodunit kind of thing, but in a fantasy world. It's a little goofy. I think that if you like kind of cheesy fantasy writing, you'll like it. Extract confession. Oh, and if you're looking for a PDF of it, perhaps an ebook of a sort, I might have the hookup. Suspicious Arrival. They don't print the books anymore. I have no qualms about just allowing people to read them. These are by the way, were like the old books. Some of them came in fat packs, booster bundles. I've heard the second one is not as good. I haven't read it. The book club. Yeah, I had a book club where we were talking about it. I've kind of abandoned it. Sorry to anybody who was in the book club. I've been busy. You may have noticed I've been like churning out mad videos. It means I have no time. Rope. I hate when my opponents do that to me in Arena. Yeah, Rawl and Tomek did get married. It happened in a secret lair, but it's still happened. We haven't opened a Tomek yet. Dramatic accusation. Tiny binding. By the way, this in this art looks like a black card. This is a white card. Another Cryptex. Boo! Cryptex sucks. Ooh, Prof's Eidetic Memory. I feel like this has some potential of doing cool stuff. It's just tricky to get it to work. Otherworldly Escort, another commander card. Tecton. Was Tomix in the pre-release kits? Yes, but I think that the pre-release exclusive cards should be available in collector's boosters, right? Same with like Voya, Tomek, and I don't even remember who the last one was. I feel like there were 3 of them. Oh, hey, Azoni. I think this Azoni is a little bit too slow and clunky for Commander, but I think she's cool. Melik! Ah, right, Melik! By the way, those cards are technically standard legal. Oh, hey, Prof. We found your memory, just like a minute ago. Let you go here. You're multicolored. A clue. Clue. I like that the backside of clues have the things. All right, we got 2 packs left. What am I looking for? I already got the Golgari, one of these lands, which is one of the cards I was looking for. Delany wouldn't be a bad hit. Karnak, happy birthday! Were you talking about how hot he is? Oh yeah, he's really handsome. You're 40 years old? Happy 40th! Over the hill! Any Delneys yet? No Delneys yet. Yawgmoth cosplaying as Prof? What? How does that work? Oh, and have I seen Spice's newest video? No, I heard it was very long. I don't really watch video essays. When I'm editing, I put on Game Grumps. Listen, I have old habits, do not change. I've been watching them for a long time. Ooh, Case of the Getaway Express. This is not a bad card. It's good if you're going really wide. It's removal and then eventually a buff. It's 4 hours and 20 minutes. It's about Tarkir, right? Plan on listening to it while driving to Canada. Yeah, my guess is because this is how Spice typically edits things. It put up like a bunch of just like images that are like relating, describing cards, things like that. Oh, Yogg is somebody's nickname on Twitter and they're cosplaying as Prof. Nice. I'm thinking about bringing my Carmen Sandiego costume because to me it is, I'll say murder mystery adjacent. I'm not usually murdering people, but I am stealing things. Yeah, I don't like to focus on video essays, and I feel like I need some level of paying attention. I think that listening to video essays while on long drives would be perfect. Kind of use them as a podcast. Instead of Crimson Pulse. Another Assassin's Trophy. That's 2 of them. Serene Sleuth. Investigates and goads. Audience with Tristani. Makes a bunch of plants. Which colors and guild would Carmen be in? She wears red. So I feel like it's gotta be Rakdos. But she's not, like, doing a lot of murder and torture. So I think she'd just be red. Yeah. Another Treacherous Greed. I don't like Treacherous Greed. I found it just too specific. I think Sam, Ristic Studies, does have a great, like, narrating voice. By the way, this human token is so cute. The human token from the original Eldraine, Rachel, I think should date this human token. Girls' Night. Last pack! You think Carmen should be Izzet? But she travels the world. Maybe she should be green. Maybe she should be Simic. You think the color's not the clan. Ah. Typically, Grixis are like the crime colors. I think, yeah. I think she's red. Maybe red-blue. Especially with, like, the information stuff. Like, oh, you gotta solve her mysteries. Where do slimes? I haven't opened a single slime against humanity. There's also usually typically very few commons in these boosters. They would be shiny. On the job. I'm on the job of looking for slimes. Where's my slimes? Slime, not a slime. Slime. Land and another on the job. Okay. On the job, land, no slimes. I don't think there's any slimes here. Another necropsy. Necropsy. Hard word. Another crime, outrageous robbery. Wait, wrong pile. There we go. Merchant of Truth. Non-creature you control dies. Investigate. Clues you control have exalted. Oh, dang. That's probably a win con in some token deck. Oh, cool. Commercial District. Another one of these lands. Yo! We got a special guest! Literally one special guest in the whole booster box. It's Victimize. Not upset to see that. I think this art for Victimize is awesome. And I think Victimize is a really, really cool card to have. That's my special guest. And a clue with some stuff on it. So I'd say overall, this collector's booster was, it was fine. A lot of shinies. 5 duels. Couple good hits on these rares. No slimes. No slimes. And we did get, I'll say, like, this is, if you're going to open any commander card, this is the one to open, Trouble in Pairs. And as I said at the start, this was given to me by Wizards of the Coast. I didn't expect it. And the reason I'm opening it right now is because I'm about to go to Chicago for MagicCon Chicago, and I wanted to see if I could open up any cards from the set that I could, you know, throw into some decks before I left. And the answer is, yeah, I got a couple cards that I can throw into decks here, and that's awesome. Outrageous Robbery as an example. You can just go ahead and put that into Xanathar. Perfect for criminal activity. There is a scene that forms with the clues. You can find images of it online. They're pretty cool. So yeah, thanks Watsy. Thanks for the cards. I appreciate it. I'm totally advertising your product right now and not just opening these for me. Definitely.